Yo, what up, guys? Just 1 second. I just need to check all of my little thingies. Alright, I think we're all set. So, the only thing that I am looking for, I will say, is distilled fears. That's it. That's all I'm looking for. And you know what that means? Nightmare dungeons, baby! I managed to find all of my exquisite bloods early. But I am short distilled fears. So that's why we're doing nightmare dungeons. Now, it is kind of unfortunate that nightmare dungeons only give you 2 distilled fears per run. But I'm hoping that we can find some goblins or something. But you know, the masterworking material ain't that bad. What is happening? Okay. Alright, that's 2 stone switches. Is there a 3rd one that I'm supposed to be looking for? Oh. Ah, yes, the treasure room, baby! Give me that chest. Yo, Ewin! How you doing, good sir? Yeah, I'm just farming nightmare dungeons to do this to farm for distilled fears. I need 1,200 of them, and I only have, I think, maybe 1,050 of them. I'm not 100% sure. I didn't count, but I know that I'm looking for distilled fears, and so I'm just doing nightmare dungeons. He says, "Could find anything good?" Well, we'll see. I barely just started, so yeah, and I don't expect to find any items while farming for these materials like this. I rarely find anything. I would be lucky to find like one unique that has a greater affix on it. Yeah, so I'm just chilling and farming them distilled fears. Also, I am testing out the new video card. So I'm triple streaming right now. And we'll see if any of my stuff gets overloaded. I don't think so, but I'll be disappointed if it is. But no, I have two encoder chips. Oh no, sorry, I have 3 encoder chips and 2 decoder chips. So it should be pretty sweet. Says triple? What does that even mean? So right now, streaming on YouTube, that's 1, right? And then I'm streaming to the vertical on YouTube, which is 2. And now I have a Twitch stream going, and that's 3. Triple stream! Blackmailer. Okay. Right here. Oh, it's just 2 distilled fears, like expected. I actually didn't even count how much I need, but I'm gonna do Nightmare Dungeons the whole time, and hopefully by the end of it, I'll have enough to do all the beasts and ice that I need. No root holds for me. Anyone says need viewers on Twitch? No, it's whatever. It is whatever. I don't need viewers on anything. Wait, hold on. I'll keep that, and then I'll get rid of these. Yeah, I'm just doing it to give people an option. I guess there have been a couple times where people are like, "Yo, do you stream on Twitch?" And I'm like, "No." And they're like, "Oh, okay." But really, when they ask that, I feel like, okay, they want to watch me on Twitch. I'm not sure why, but it is what it is. So yeah, I'll just give people the option. Plus, I mean, Twitch has like cooler animated emotes and everything too. So I do like some of the emotes on YouTube, like the red droopy eyes. I think that's really hilarious. But none of them are animated or whatever. So, but that's okay. My number 1 priority remains as, yeah, my number 1 priority remains my YouTube videos. Everything I do is to contribute to a YouTube video. All right. Yeah, I was messing with the new video card, right? And with the 5090, there's a lot of discussion right now. It's a super hot topic, right? Pun intended, of course. Because the connectors, they're all melting. And I'm like, I have zero idea. Like, what is actually happening, because there's just like all these reports all over the place. And for everything that I've read, the most common theme is if you use a third-party cable, that, like, if you don't know what you're doing, that significantly increases your chance of like melting the card. And the second thing is if like you don't seed it fully, so if it's like off axis a little bit, then you're not maintaining a full connection, and that can cause some resistance and melt your connector. Yeah. Yo, Ethan, welcome to the stream. Yo, Leroy, holy crap, finally seen you live. Big ups from Australia. Yo, welcome to the stream. Yo, MK, welcome to the stream. Tilted axis leads to space anomalies. Yeah, so like if you're like cable managing your card, then like you can actually tug on it and cause a bad connection or a not fully seated connection. And yeah, so the card that I got, right, which is a 5090, I got it yesterday, so my full build is complete now. There's this little light that on next to the connector that lights up, and I guess it's supposed to tell you if you're not seated correctly or not, but I don't know how to read it because it's just red, right? So when I plug it in, it turns red, but when I turn it on, the light goes away, so I can't actually tell if I'm seated correctly or not. Because no light means it's okay, right? I have no idea. So I was like messing with that, and I'm like, I don't know. Am I gonna burn my house down? Because I don't know how to plug in a little connector. And yeah, so I downloaded the whole like thing that can measure the voltage per pin and stuff, and it seems okay. But I really I really need to do more research on that feature. If it's red, like what is it telling me when it's red? Red means bad, but it's only red when the computer's off, so that doesn't really mean anything. So you were asked, you getting into PoE 2 at all? So I did play PoE 2 for maybe like 6 weeks. I made a few videos about it. I was playing Solo Self-Found, and and then I did like all the way up to tier 15 maps. I was making a Stormweaver Sorceress, and yeah, so I enjoyed it, but like I didn't at the same time. So the things that I didn't enjoy, unfortunately, have really nothing to do with the game. They're all technical issues with the game. So I unfortunately was one of the players that was experiencing a hard crash when playing the game, and it would crash crash so hard that I wouldn't even go to the desktop. I would crash and I would be forced to restart my computer, like unplug it and replug it in. Like that's how hard it crashed. It like crashed my whole system. I haven't seen that since the early 2000s, okay? Like when Windows XP came around and like you can crash to the desktop. Like that was a really, really cool thing to see. But when you're doing Windows 98, like yeah, every time you crash, you like crash and you have to restart your computer. Okay, says red LED is not an issue in a powered off state. It simply means that not enough power was being delivered to the graphics card. Oh, okay, that's really good to know, because I typically, whenever I upgrade my components, I upgrade a whole machine at the same time. So I would start install a whole fresh operating system and everything, and install all the drivers from scratch. But here, since I was waiting on the release of the 90 series, and like normally I would just wait to be able to buy all the components together, but I was scared of the tariffs. So I bought all the components that I could early, and then um and then I would like do it. But oh yeah, so like yeah, I bought them all early, put together the machine to make sure that I didn't get any defective parts, and I just waited for it. So when I plugged it in, I saw the red light, I turned it on, and I didn't update the drivers or whatever, so it was just like a black screen and nothing would be displaying, and I'm just like, I have no idea what's happening. So yeah, I mean the power connector is just on my mind. So yeah. Nero says, oh yeah, okay, that's pretty bad. I know they've done a lot of crash fixing in the last few patches. Yeah, I read about that. So when I was playing PoE 2, I had to like do some troubleshooting, and I turned off engine multi-threading. So that made the game stable, but that made the game run like ass. All right. I mean, it was playable, but like at times it just got really bad. So when I turned off engine multi-threading, the game would run at like 50 frames a second, but then it would randomly dip to 20 frames a second because of whatever it's loading. I don't know what the game loads that like maxes out my CPU like that. But yeah, so the frame rate dips and stuff were really frustrating. I can only deal with that for like 6 weeks or so, and then I was like, okay, you know what? I think I've done enough. I'm not finding my everlasting gaze, and the D4 season is coming out, so I decided to play Diablo 4 instead. Yeah. What's the state of D4 like these days? So it kind of depends on where you're coming from. If you've played like since season 4 and you experienced Loot Reborn, then the game is like minimal updates. There's like a few new modes, new items, new builds and stuff like that. But yeah, if you're looking for a sense of progression, Diablo 4, it kind of gives you that for maybe like a week, and then you're good to go. One thing that I think PoE 2 does very well is that it'll actually give you that sense of progression for a very long time. There's always something to chase. There's always a boss to kill, and you're looking for those upgrades. No problem. But that I think I'm kind of niche in the fact that like, yeah, the sense of progression is nice, but I played to farm the game. So yeah, if the farming is not like, if the farming is kind of monotonous, then like it's monotonous. And with PoE 2, that's kind of how it feels. The only thing that you can really farm is the maps. And like, yeah, they're all like different map types and stuff. So you have the ritual maps, the delirium maps, the breach maps, but they're still like maps at the end of the day. And for me, like, when I stream and make content, the only thing I care about really is making sure that I can make an interesting YouTube video. So yeah, I can like change it up and say, okay, yeah, I'm doing 100 breach maps, I'm doing 100 ritual maps, and here's what I found, blah blah blah. But I'm not experienced. I don't think I'm experienced enough to make that interesting. Like, sure, this is my progression to the pinnacle boss, but that requires a lot of work. Yeah, because like me just doing 100 maps just by itself, yeah, doing the maps takes me like 20-30 hours to make a map, right? And or to make a video, and that's really long. MK says PoE2 maps are too effing big. Yeah, that's part of the reason, is because they're like really huge. And yeah, for me it takes an average of like 10 minutes to do a map, which some people say is really slow, but like I do like 100% clear on everything. And my character's not actually that strong. It does take, like, I do slow down when I'm encountering a bunch of mobs and stuff. I mean, that'll probably change once I get the Everlasting Gaze, but I don't have one. So it's kind of all over the place. Like, I thought I was like, okay, well, I need to farm these maps because I need to find an Everlasting Gaze, and then I can do more interesting stuff. So I was like, okay, I'll count how many Chaos Orbs you get in 100 maps and how many Exalted Orbs you get in 100 maps, but like, that's not terribly interesting. And yeah, I didn't even get a lot of views on my video like that. So Humor says, I used to love all your D2 farming videos. Yeah, and that's why like the D2 farming remains like the most interesting, because even though you're farming like all the same stuff, you have different areas to run. So you can do like Chaos Sanctuary, you can do Bale runs, you can do Pindle runs, or you know, Summoner runs or Countess runs, or all over the stuff. And like this, just the run itself makes it interesting, even though you're finding all the same stuff. And that is something that I don't think Diablo 4 captures, or PoE2. MK says, I'm going to wait a year before I go back to PoE2. Let them polish it some more. Yeah, I will say one of the main things that you have to keep in mind is that it is an early access. So it's not a complete game. And yeah, I will say my favorite thing about PoE2 is the crab cosmetic that I got. Bro, that is the best cosmetic I've seen anywhere. 100%. 100%. Yeah. But for now, I'm just gonna make my 4 or 5 videos on Diablo 4 for this season, and then I'll figure out what to do next. I might go back to PoE2, because there are some videos that might be a little bit more interesting based on like some comments that I've gotten, but I don't like the crashing and all of that stuff. Everyone says, yeah, PoE2 SSF would be way too grindy for me. You really need to be trading to enjoy the loot that you don't use. Yeah, and I mean, trading is huge for some people, but it's my position that, you know, playing the game needs to be a priority. He says, after 7 years, my position was no longer required. Oh no! Bro, you doing alright? Ethan says, 4th stream on TikTok. Let's go. No, I'm not. I don't have a TikTok account, so I'm not doing anything on TikTok. Plus, it's on shaky ground, right? Like the US is trying to ban TikTok. My savior. Yeah. He says, yeah, working 2 jobs overall, bills around 1K a month. Oh, okay, yeah, you're doing all right. Though the 2 jobs is kind of a lot, but as long as you're making more than you're spending, that's all that matters. A lot more happier. Ah, very nice. Who says it's 4 a.m. here, so I'm off to bed. Great to chat. Happy gaming and thanks for the content. Ah, yes, Leroy. It was good seeing you live. I'm glad that I was able to stream around the time where you can catch me. I'll catch you later, good sir. And he says, "Then I have time to do stuff." Oh no, that's good. That's really good. I'm super happy to hear that. I am super happy to hear that. Yeah. So, yeah, I might get back into PoE too. But we'll see. The main thing is whether or not I would be interested in making content for it. Though I am kind of keeping my eye back on maybe playing World of Warcraft hardcore, because I still want to level to 60. I feel like that would be a big achievement for me. But yeah, I don't think the content would be that great. Okay, says Shaman. So when hardcore was first released back in 2019 or whenever that was, maybe that was no. 2019 was when Vanilla WoW came out. Hardcore was, I think, a couple years ago. I don't actually remember. I played hardcore and I leveled a shaman to 30 and then I died by taking too much fall damage. And that was horrible. But then I leveled up a warrior and I leveled that warrior to level 37. And then the new Diablo season came out and then I was playing Diablo, so I stopped playing that. Because yeah, I was playing hardcore just I guess in the interim between seasons, and that worked well enough for me. But I want to maybe play and actually level to 60, because yeah, like Diablo right now, yeah, it's fun in this kind of same way like Diablo 3 is fun for a season. Like all the new stuff is out and then you just do that. But yeah, I don't really feel particular need to farm more than the 100 ladder bosses that I normally do. Yeah. Okay. Drifting shade, baby. All right. So yeah, once I do the 100 or so runs, I think I'll be done with the Diablo 4 season. Oh. Oh. Yeah. It's been what, 30 minutes and I farmed 8 distilled fears. This is going by really, really slowly. I am probably... I'm probably not gonna get as much distilled fears as I'm looking for by the end of the stream today. But that's okay. I don't mind farming a little bit more as long as I'm working towards those fears. Ooh. Alright. Oh, I guess one thing that I do need to be testing though is the stability of Diablo 4. For whatever reason, my game is crashing. So like when I was on the 3080 and I was on the latest drivers, the game would crash after like an hour or so. I wasn't sure why. Like it would be like 1 to 2 hours and then the game would crash. And when I downgraded the drivers, it became really stable on the 3080. So that was like totally fine for a little bit. However, right now that I'm on a 5090, I can't like backdate the drivers. I have to use the most current ones because those are the only ones that are available. I can't use my 3080 drivers because they're meant for 3080, not for 5090. He says I don't upgrade to the latest drivers unless I'm having issues. Yeah. I'm the same way. But I upgraded the drivers when I played PoE 2, and they're like, "Oh, you're using out-of-date drivers," and I was like, "Oh, okay. I'll just update them." But yeah, I don't have a choice with these new Blackwell ones. So if I do crash, then that'll just give me more of a reason not to play Diablo 4 after I'm done with whatever I need to do. Yeah. Maybe go back to PoE 2. That's. I mean, I still need to find Everlasting Gaze. So. Bro. Yeah, but I mean, it seems like so far so good. But it's only been 30 minutes. I'll need to wait until after the stream, see if I crash once. If I crash, then that is really, really bad news. I think that's good. Need. Okay. For sure. Wow, like all my stuff is really full. I did not clear my inventory. Wait. Wait, hold on. Yo! Hold on. I think I... One second. I banned the spam, but I didn't mean to ban Lawtizzle. Hold on, let me see. How do I unban you? Uh, Okay, sorry about that. I have unbanned you. Yo, Latizzle, how you doing, good sir? Yeah, I'm just trying to farm. I'm just trying to farm Distilled Fears, but it's going by really slow. I've played for 30 minutes or 35 minutes, and I only have 10 Distilled Fears. Well, it says, I listened to what you said about the 5 Series card. I want to hear your thoughts on console versus PC in the gaming future. I'm a console gamer. So, I think the decisions that companies are making about the console and PC are going in a really good direction. So, a lot of the Microsoft games that were like Xbox exclusive, they're making it so that they're available on the PC. And there has been kind of a greater effort to do cross-platform play, which I think is really, really cool. And that if you like give the consumer the platform that they want to play on, then I think that's awesome. Previously, where they were like console exclusives, so you can only play this game on the PlayStation, or you can only play this game on the Xbox, or whatever. That is really like anti-consumer and not good, right? It's a way for companies to make more money, but with Microsoft now kind of leading the way, it's like yeah, this is on Xbox and on PC. I think that's really, really cool. But yeah, the whole console wars, I think it's just a way for companies to make more money, and I'm not down for that. Chino says, you get Distilled Fear faster in the seasonal events. Yeah, I think that's true as well. But I'm already committed to farming Nightmare Dungeons, so that's what I'm gonna do. I'll probably put this as a lesson learned in my video when I do Beast and Ice. I'm like, oh yeah, I did X amount of Nightmare Dungeons, but they're really slow. I wouldn't recommend it. You do it better in the you farm them faster in the headhunts. Yeah. So yeah, Law, I don't know if you had any other questions about what the console versus PC, but yeah, like when it comes to the PC, it's really meant for those looking for the best of the best, okay? But for me, I don't think I could do what I do for my YouTube channel on a console at all, because first of all, I have to run like OBS and stuff, but then I also take a lot of notes. So I need the keyboard to type out the notes. You can't type out notes on a controller. He says, there's always like the seasonal event up. In like 30 minutes, you can clear all 3 zones. I'm sure you can get about 50 Distilled Fears with some luck. Oh yeah, I'm not disagreeing with you at all. The seasonal event is definitely faster. Because I was doing the seasonal event for the Exquisite Bloods, and that is not a bad... That's not a bad way of doing it, but I think the Exquisite Bloods that you get from the Helltide, it's faster, but you do need to spend the Baneful Hearts to do that. If you don't have Baneful Hearts, then it's really, really slow. And you kind of have to rely on others to activate the altar and stuff. But while I was doing that, yes, I was getting Distilled Fears at the same time. I was getting Malignant Hearts all over the place. And I was getting Living Steel. You get all of the materials at the same time. Yes. So you are 100% correct. But I have said that I am committed to doing the Nightmare Dungeons. Right, that's the title of the stream, so I cannot back down now. Yeah, it's too much. Cannot back down now. He says, yeah, Malignant Hearts is crazy. Yeah, I got way crazy amount of Malignant Hearts. Like, I do get that this is the season of the Whispers because they made a whole bunch of changes to the Whisper caches. But, geez. Like, yeah, like, when I do the headhunts, I, I'm always, like, I'm always checking my stash for missing items. Like I would always be missing some legendaries or some materials or something. I really don't know. Like what's happening there. Chino says, yesterday's morning I had like 150 hearts and got 4 mythic uniques. Damn! Yo, Varshan's dropping mythic uniques like crazy. I think I did... So yeah, no, I made a video on 100 Varshans, and I think I got... So I spent 400 hearts, and I only got 3 mythic uniques. So your luck is crazy. Yeah, like if I had, and like a lot of the comments on that video were like, streamer luck is real, blah blah blah, and I'm like, I don't know, it doesn't seem like it's specific to me. He says, yeah man, Varshan is dropping like crazy. Yeah, that is crazy. But yeah, I just need to do I need to pump out my video on Lord Seer. I did all those runs, and then yeah, I'm farming the distilled fears for Beast and Ice right now, and then I'll figure out the Endariel and Duriel. All right, the Obdicites. Bro. She says speed farming nightmare dungeons on Bloodwave Necro is slow. Now that I'm used to my lightning spear sorceress. Yeah, this is not the best speed farmer. I mean, it does a lot of damage, so everything dies in one hit. But collecting the blood orbs to reset the cooldown, that definitely slows you down. Especially when you're comparing something to a lightning spear, where in lightning spear you got like your flicker step, your teleports, and so you're just teleporting, and then the lightning spears they auto aim all against all the mobs against for you. Yeah, you're auto aiming against the mobs for you. It's crazy fast, and it did a crap ton of damage too. Yeah, but unfortunately, lightning spear does not do as much damage. But that's okay. I already made Necro. I think the Barbarian, the Leap Barbarian, is pretty good too. Yeah. He says, Obdicites are the one thing that makes Nightmare Dungeons worth more than the headhunts? Yes. The headhunts don't actually drop any any object site, so you can't masterwork anything. But it does give you the restless rot, so you can upgrade your things, your little powers. But if you have everything maxed, then there's nothing really there for you. Yeah, unfortunately, Lightning Spear falls short in comparison with the Blood Wave in Pit Pushing. Yep. Yeah, Blood Wave just hits way too hard. The damage! Oh, 6 Distilled Fears, baby! Haha, yes! Oh, that's what I'm looking for. Yeah, that could have been 2 Malignant Hearts, 6 Exquisite Bloods, or 6 Living Steel. Right? But it was this Distilled Fears the whole time. Alright. You know, it says everything else, Cataclysm Druid, Leap Quake Barb, and Light Spear Sork are the best speed farming. Yep, that is true. I will say the Druid for Season 7 has been the surprise all-star. I don't think anyone had high hopes for the Druid, but damn. They super strong. She says, "Oh, Meteor and Sorcerer is also enjoyable this season." You know, I am kind of disappointed that I have not played a Meteor Sorceress yet in Diablo 4. Because I really do want to play that. Like, that was my favorite build in Diablo 3, was Meteor Orb. And like the Talrasha's Meteor. Like, it was really cool. Like, you just use an ability, it checks the element, and then you just get a meteor to come down. Like that. I just like the power fantasy of that. And then didn't happen in Diablo 4 yet. But in Path of Exile 2, there was the Comet build that lasted for like a day or 2 days. And that was really enjoyable. I liked playing the Comet. I'm like, oh yeah, this brings back those memories. Yeah. Now it's kind of decent. You can speedrun Pit 100 really well. No, that's good to hear. But yeah, I'm maybe if it doesn't change too much next season, then I'll do that. I'll play Sorceress and do Meteor. Okay. 22 Distilled Fears. In 50 minutes. So, yeah. About 30 minutes. Alright, sorry. 22. So 30 Distilled Fears in an hour-ish, if I get lucky. Yeah, a little bit slower. Not terribly slower, though, but... Tweety says, do you think we'll get a proper Demon Hunter or Crusader in D4? Crusader, for sure. I mean, Blizzard has acknowledged the demand for that. It's like, yeah, we've heard you guys that you guys want Crusader. We heard you. They formally acknowledged that. So that is definitely coming. Probably in the next expansion, maybe. Maybe not. Who knows? We'll have to see. As far as the Demon Hunter role overlaps a lot with the Rogue right now. So I don't know if we're gonna see Demon Hunter anytime soon, because yeah, a lot of the rogue abilities are very, very, very similar. So the Demon Hunter is very questionable, but Crusader is definitely coming relatively soon. If it's not the next expansion, which there's a little bit of tidbit news that they confirmed that the second expansion is coming, and they have a planned release date of 2026. But whether it comes in that expansion, don't know. But if it's not that one, then it's definitely the next one for sure. Tino says, I'm sure they can buff it a little bit for the meteors to hit at least 1 trillion a second. Yeah. Well, whatever happens now, like, yeah, if they don't change it and you can still, like, I guess, sort of speed farm pit 100, then I'll probably run the meteor sorceress. Or maybe do a barbarian. Who really knows? But yeah, if they don't change it and meteor's still a build that's somewhat viable, then I'll probably do that. Yeah. Like the reason why I'm playing Blood Wave right now and it's like the one of the number one S tiers is because I was wanting to use one of the new items that they introduced into the season. So that's basically it, baby. Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, Tugi, back to your question about that. The Crusader, it fulfills kind of like the one of the more traditional roles of sword and shield user. Like there's no proper shield user, sword and board user in Diablo 4 right now. Yeah. Because that was fulfilled in Diablo 1 by the warrior. Then Diablo 2, you had the user be sort of the barbarian, but like that was before they sort of fleshed out the full identity to be like mainly dual wield and stuff. So you had like so the barbarian did that. We have the barbarian here, but like barbarians, they literally can't use shields. It's not an available item type for them. So yeah. Oh, sorry. Diablo 2 had the paladin. What am I talking about? Yeah. And then Diablo 3 had the Crusader. And yeah, and that archetype is totally missing from Diablo 4, which is very surprising. But they were planning on making expansions anyways, so yeah. Yeah, so if you're hoping for Demon Hunter, like that's gonna be way down the road. I'm talking like maybe 5 years. Because yeah, they have to differentiate between Rogue and Demon Hunter. All right. 24. Twiggy asks, what are your predictions for the next expansion? Do you think they'll bring back Diablo, Mephisto, Baal since the end of the D3 expansion? All the lords get released. They did a small thing by mentioning Mephisto. Yeah, I don't... So, they have mentioned that they are committed to Diablo and bringing on the expansions and all of that stuff, right? And they're not going to abandon it like they did for Diablo 3, which I find interesting, but I really am wondering, like, okay, if they have this very forward-looking commitment, the content in the expansions seem smaller. So the Vessel of Hatred, like nothing really happened in the Vessel of Hatred. right? Nyrel goes east or west in this case, and that's it. And you chase after her, and like that's literally it, right? And then like you fight an apparition or avatar of Mephisto, and that's it. Like, so not even Mephisto itself. So because like they know that they are committed to monetizing Diablo 4 story for the long haul, that makes me worried about them kind of doing the game like smaller and smaller, right? The story is like a small bit of the story, and they're just like stretching that out. I don't know how good that is for the game, because like if the next expansion is like this one where you just take like half a step towards the story, that really limits what you can do. Which, I mean, if you're a lore nerd, that'd be really bad. But if you just play for the end game, the story really doesn't really even matter. Though it does matter a little bit in terms of the models that they're going to be putting into the game. So like obviously, you can't farm Diablo over and over and over again if they don't have Diablo in the story, right? They're obviously going to save all that work and all that stuff for the story, and then they'll use the model in the game when they implement more endgame or whatever. So as far as predictions, I mean they'll eventually bring that back, but how long it takes, I guess it might just be like a soap opera where the story goes on for years and years and years and barely anything happens. So yeah, Diablo 4 might be a soap opera where things might be happening, but it's just really, really slow. But I mean, I can sort of see it from a like a storytelling perspective, right? Like, oh, Mephisto's trying to break out, and you're just witnessing and being a part of the interactions between Mephisto and all of that. But there will probably be like a big climax where you're fighting all the evils at the same time or something. But we'll see. I mean, we have a whole continent to continue to explore, and I don't know if they're gonna make it like World of Warcraft, where they had Kalimdor and then the Eastern Kingdoms, where it's just straight up two different continents, and you have to take a boat to fly between them. Because right now, like the map is just one big thing, where you just look at where you want to go, and then you click on it, and you're good to go. But yeah, how they gonna handle the continents? Not sure. I mean, that would be pretty impressive. That if you look at the map and you just go, oh, here's the other continent, and you just click on whatever waypoints you want to do. I think that would be really cool, actually. But in terms of the end game, no one would really care about a feature like that, even though it'd be technically challenging. Yeah, and when I say like no one would care, even though I just said that'd be cool, right? Like, oh, you can just click on this. The only thing that matters is the end game and making sure that you're able to continue to farm and find items and all that stuff. If they manage to do that, then the game will be fine. But that can be really difficult. Tuki says, that sucks that it goes that way. The replay value isn't like D2 to D3 to me. Once I get through and get what I need, I just stop and wait for the next season. D2 and D3 grind was fun to the end game. I would say Diablo 4's progression is much more similar to Diablo 3 than Diablo 2. Diablo 2 has gotten 100% correct the feeling of, or rather, the pacing of the rewards. So, for every build, there's like a budget version that takes some effort to get, right? Like, I would say, yeah, like building out your character completely with like the mythics in Diablo 4 and stuff like that. It does take a little bit of effort to get, but not that much. And the effort is equivalent to getting budget gear in Diablo 2, right? Where you just get your starter, you get your spirit, maybe a Shaco, and then you have like your magic find plate and stuff like that. Like even finding all the gems can take a bit of time because you can't target farm anything. You just have to straight up farm and trade. But yeah, Diablo 3 and Diablo 4 are more similar in the fact that once you hit endgame, you start getting your items and like your build built out, and then you start pushing, and then you get more of the affixes and all of that stuff. There's no like 2 tiers of gear, if that makes sense, where Diablo 2 there is. So if they make Diablo 2 the same way, where you get your budget gear and then you farm for your elite level gear, I think that will make Diablo 4 very, very successful. And it'll give that sense of progression to people. So yeah, I think right here, and the numbers are pretty crazy, so I don't know how they're gonna do that, but if they have like the current level gear be budget gear, like where you can target farm for everything and everything like that, and then for the end game gear, have that like not be target farmable and take a lot of effort to get, maybe only through trade or whatever, then that's something that I would look for in the game. And then once they get the mercenaries inventory slots, so like you can equip them fully, like in Diablo 2, that I think that would be really, really good for the items in the game as well, because items that you don't normally care about, there's an opportunity for them to have a purpose. And like that, like yeah, that would make more items more interesting. And that would be really, really good for the game, 100%. Yeah. And I mean, like in Diablo 2, there's like some mercenaries that are more decked out. Like you have the opportunity to deck out your mercenary more than actual players with budget gear on. Like that level of progression is crazy. And that level of progression needs to happen here. Like, it's cool that they added the mercenaries and stuff, but like they're kind of invisible. I don't really notice them at all. And yeah, like they have their own talent trees and stuff, but Blizzard made the wrong decision to prioritize the talent trees over gearing them out. Because like yeah, right now I don't really care about like frostburns at all, but if I could equip my mercenary with frostburns, and now I notice things are like getting frozen and stuff, like I think that would be really cool, right? So you do kind of two things. One, you're enhancing the gameplay experience by having your mercenary be able to freeze things, and then two, you improve the quality of the items by making them more interesting. Now people care about frostburns because they can equip it on your mercenary, even though they would never really go into a build. Because yeah, like as a mercenary, like the foundation is like really different, so you would look for things that are different on a mercenary item than you would on a player item, right? Maybe you don't really care about survivability all that much on a mercenary, because when they quote unquote die or lose all their hit points, they like kneel down for 10 seconds and then they get back up. So yeah, that's totally fine. You don't need survivability stats on your item. Yeah. And like, I mean, Diablo 3 had that too, right? Like the ring, the legendary ring or the unique ring, where it was called Unity, and if you equipped it, like, you shared the damage between all of your characters, right? And you can use Unity with the mercenary to have your mercenary essentially share some of the life points that you have. And that made, like, they made an item specifically for that, and that made that item interesting, you know? Yeah. So I'm not sure if Blizzard has their priorities fully straight, you know, but I mean, when Diablo 4 was kind of not in the best place in terms of reputation, right? Like the director, right, Joe Shelley, he was saying the two things that we need to focus on are endgame and itemization. And yes, that was very, very much 100% true at the time. It's not a one and done deal. You always have to be working on itemization. You always have to be working on endgame. It's a full lifestyle, right? Like, you gotta continue working at it and get it to a point where it's always interesting to farm for items, you know? I mean, Diablo 2 kind of was like that for a little bit, but people do get bored. I mean, I remember reading a lot of the comments when I was making D2 content. A lot of people are like, oh, I'm quitting Diablo 2. I'm quitting Diablo 2. There's nothing to farm for, blah, blah, blah. So, like, that sense of progression is really, really, really important. Yeah, 100%. Mm. Yeah, but we'll see. Yeah, actually, part of the reason why I wasn't actually planning on playing Path of Exile 2 at all, but part of the reason why I picked up Path of Exile 2 was because I read an article of the Vessel of Hatred director made some comments about doubling down on the community aspect of the game. And I'm like, okay, I took that charitably, right? I had a charitable interpretation of what he was saying. It's like, yeah, it's very important to make sure that there's a sense of community in Diablo 4. I don't disagree with that, but the way he decided, or like, but then he kind of kept talking, and the way he sort of said, you know, one of the tools that they're gonna maybe double down on is the forced group play in the game, like the Dark Citadel. And I'm just like, oh no, that's not the way you do it. That's not the way you do it. Yeah, like, if I were to kind of try and solve this problem, so like if I worked for Blizzard and they gave me like, hey, we want to have more community, like a stronger community in Diablo 4, solve that. I would. This is a suggestion that I would come up with. Okay, one is definitely not forced group play. Like, fuck that shit. Okay, Like, because playing in a group doesn't equal community. You can have community with people that are playing the game solo the whole time. Those are not mutually exclusive. So the way I would promote community is by coming up with something equivalent to like a newspaper in the game. So essentially, what you'd want to do is come up with systems in place where when you log in, like you check for the news of the day, and it doesn't have to be like a formal newspaper like, oh, here's the daily Diablo 4 mail, here's the happenings, and people write articles and stuff. No, I'm not talking about that. What I'm talking about is like give players information about what's happening in the game, right? So just like little stats that's happening every day. Oh, maybe you keep track of all the trades. Like, oh, the biggest trade was for this 4-star unique, and somebody traded it for 30 billion gold or something like that, right? Or, it's like, oh, yesterday there were 50 4-star uniques that dropped, or stuff like that. Or, the leaderboard would be part of kind of like that newspaper too, right? Here's the leaderboard, and then you check it the next day and they're like, oh, here's the new rankings for the leaderboard of maybe pit 150 or whatever, the fastest times, right? Like, give people things to check in the game every day. And that would, like, so yeah, you don't necessarily have to play with anybody, but you would still give that sense of community, because like, yeah, you're like checking out, oh, what's happening on the server. Now I know that Blizzard is kind of conscious about like revealing player numbers and stuff like that every day, so they don't necessarily have to be like, oh, here's how many goblins were killed yesterday, or here's how many Andariel, or here's how many times Andariel was killed yesterday, or here's how many times Lilith was killed yesterday. But yeah, they don't necessarily have to do that. But I mean, the old Blizzard, they had that for sure. Like, every time you logged into BattleNet, the first message was, welcome to BattleNet. There are 20,000 players online right now, or there are 50,000 players online right now. Like, they need to do more of that shit where it's like, here's what's happening on the server. And then when you see that, it's like, oh my god, this guy made 50 or 300 billion gold selling this item. Bro, I want to do that. And so, like, yeah, first it's aspirational, right? Like, you see that, it's like, oh, I want to do that. And secondly, right, yeah, like that gives you that sense of community. And then, like, you talk to others like, oh, how do I achieve this, how do I achieve that, blah 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 blah. So yeah, them doubling down on forced group play like that, it's not great. I'm not a fan. And so when I saw that, I was like, okay, I'm gonna play Path of Exile 2 because I am losing trust. That statement has made me lose a little bit of trust in the leadership on the Diablo team, a little bit. To say, okay, like, yeah, maybe not. So we'll see. Like, bro. No! No! Of your hits are critical strikes. That is okay. I need to find Typhon the Keeper and collect the mage key to open up the mage door. Haha, yes! Very predictable. The mage door. Okay. Here we go. Sunken Ruins. Yo, son of gypsies, welcome to the stream. What build are you using? So I'm using a build called Bloodwave Necromancer. And you kind of only need three things to make this build work. So Bloodwave is an ultimate skill, so there's a long cooldown, and you need to get rid of the cooldown in certain ways. So for me, right, the things that you need are one, Casame's Legacy. This changes the way the Bloodwave works and makes it do a whole crap ton of damage. All right. The second thing that you need is the title legendary power. So it says Bloodwave fires 2 additional waves, dealing way more damage. Right, that's a crap ton of damage. The third thing that you need is Gloves of Ultimate Shadow. It turns it into a darkness skill and does more damage. The Bloodwave is also darkness skills, and Bloodwave creates a desecrated ground that does extra damage, but you really want the shadow damage. And then the last thing that you need is Fast Blood. Blood orbs reduce your ultimate cooldown by 4 seconds. 4.2 seconds. So, yeah. So with that, right, you can constantly cast Bloodwave over and over and over again. Because right here, right, it says Bloodwave leaves behind 6 blood orbs as it travels. And since you have Tidal and it fires 2 additional waves, you just get a whole bunch of crap ton of blood orbs. So you can constantly keep casting your ultimate skill over and over and over and over and over again. That's how you do it, baby! Bro. Alright, I need to destroy the skeletal constructs. No. What is happening? Alright, well... Yeah, so Son of Gypsies, if you have any other questions about the build, let me know. But I will say, I have not encountered a single message from OBS about my encoder being overloaded. That is super sweet. Wow. That is one of the downsides of playing this build. Is that... yeah, one of the downsides of playing this build is that you're... sometimes you just don't pick up all the blood orbs and you're just stuck. Which is pretty annoying. Alright. So I say I'm getting about maybe 30 distilled fears an hour. Not great. Not great at all, actually. I would not recommend this. That's probably what I am going to recommend in my video. Boom, baby.
I find things, even if they don't want to be found.
Oh no! I clicked on the conduit! Oh, that was by accident. Boom, baby. Oh no. What? Oh, there it is. Okay. I was looking for that guy and I was like, what is happening? What? Am I missing a Slain villager. What? I need to find the bloodstained key. Wait, did I miss one? Wait. Is this? Oh my god. Right in front of the door. Wow. Boom. Okay. Alright, I need to only focus on the enforcers. Alright, where are we at? Where are we at? Very nice. Okay. Oh, what did I miss? Oh, one regular legendary item. Yo! I Anonymous 74. Welcome to the stream. One char or show build. So the build that I am playing is called Blood Wave, right? So I'm using Blood Wave. It's an ultimate skill. And there's really only 4 things that you need to make this build work, okay? One is you need Keseme's Legacy. That lets you farm the waves on each side. So like, you know how they're crashing into each other? That's what that build does. And also is a huge damage multiplier. Like, geez. Like, it's crazy amount of damage. Okay. Number 2, you need a legendary power called Tidal. And what that does is it has Blood Wave fire 2 additional waves, dealing extra damage. Alright, so that is a multiplier against the damage as well. And then 3, you need Ultimate Shadow. That changes Blood Wave to a Darkness skill, and also kind of leaves a kind of a bloody pool on the ground that does damage. Desecrated ground. And then number 4 is the Fast Blood. So blood orbs reduce your ultimate cooldown by 4 seconds when you collect them. So that's how you keep casting it over and over and over. And Blood Wave leaves behind 6 blood orbs as it travels. So because you're casting it multiple times, or you just get a lot of blood orbs, and you can reset your cooldown, no problem. Yeah. I have 1 maxed Necro Blood Wave, 2 Makuna's build. Then I have a Blarb, Whirlwind, Quake running 100 in 1 minute, and a Druid almost maxed. I can show you my build. Paragon is 260 right now. Happy face emoji. With my Necro top hit 146. Oh. Okay, so if you knew what my build was, then what did you want to see? Yeah, so right now, I'm just farming Distilled Fears because I'm trying to do 100 Beasts and Ice. Anonymous says, I wanted to see your armor, like, gear. Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, I'm not even running Air of Perdition. I don't have that that mythic unique yet. So the yeah, my gear is not really much to look at. I mean, I do have, I guess, a 2-star shot of false death, but that's about it. But other than that, it's not anything else. Anima says, I can get you some boss runs. Oh no, it's all good. I'm not doing it for the gear. I'm doing it for my YouTube video. So I want to see what I get after I farm up all of the materials. But thank you for the offer though. I appreciate your kindness. But yeah, science requires meticulous and methodical tracking, which is what I'm doing right now. A door has been unsealed. Boom, baby.
How can I help?
Anoma says, bro, I scraped over 20 uniques, crafted 1 shroud, and the rest was just gamba with the caches. So just scrap out of there sitting right now on 2 starless skies with a GA on crit. Harlequin, I think GA max life and 2 shroud. Damn. You just gambling like that? You don't want to farm the runes? He says, have you thought about doing Blood Surge build just for fast farming? You can just get lower shit gear and do it and use armory to save the main gear. Yeah, I have thought about it, but I just haven't really yeah, I just haven't really done it just because my life has been pretty busy with trying to get a 5000 series card. I managed to get one now, so I can just focus on doing the game. The main thing was, you know, like I was trying to do kind of low brain power stuff, waiting for like the tracker to pop so I can just switch my focus really fast and all of that. And I spent some days like refreshing pages and stuff like that. So, but now that that search is over, now I can focus on this. And unfortunately, I'm almost at towards the end of what I want to do with Diablo 4 Season 7. So right here, right, like I'm only looking for, what, at this point, maybe 100, maybe 50 more Distilled Fears. And once I do that, then I'll do the Beast Nice, gather all the footage, and make my YouTube videos out of it. And once I do that, then I might play Path of Exile, or I'll just play hardcore or something else like that. So, and it says D deaths, D of deaths with 1-2 GA all stats max life. Just do it. Just do a barb. It's so fast. It's too fast. No, bro. It's just a horror farming runes back at the start. Now it's better. Oh, I see. Yeah. Oh, it says, can I join? Oh, no. I'm doing this for science right now, so I can't have the testing parameters change, if you know what I mean. Do you don't think hordes is better for Obdusite? Well, it kind of depends. If you farm really fast and you get it depends on how well you can gather the aethers. If you can gather a whole bunch of aethers, then Infernal Hordes is probably better for Obdusite. But Nightmare Dungeons is good if you have low level gear, because unless you're literally just looking for Obdusite and nothing else, then maybe. But that 200 Aether cost for that greater cache, it really changes the formula a little bit. Yeah. It says the best for Obdusite, do Undercity. Takes like 3 minutes per run, and you get 2,000 Obdusite, depending on what you're building, of course. Yeah, no, yeah. If I was looking for Obdusite, then yeah, I would not be doing this. But yeah, I'm sort of looking for Distilled Fears, but I'm finding out that this is not exactly great, because yeah, you only get 2 Distilled Fears. Before you were getting 3 Distilled Fears a run, and that was a lot better. But 2, I don't know why they changed it down to 2. Like, what's going on there? Like, what's happening? All right, let's see here. Nope.
The forge. You can still use these.
All right, here. Yeah, but I don't think I'm gonna be playing, or I'm not gonna make a barb or anything, because all of the time that I spent has already been used on the Necro, and yeah, I've been farming everything that I think I would want to farm. So if I spent the time, like even if I saved all of my Whisper caches and speed leveled straight to 60 and everything, yeah, I would not gain much benefit from that. Maybe. Yo, New Fire, welcome to the stream. New Fire asks, what key pieces help get a Necro to tier 4? So I will say that the main thing that worked for me was switching to Bloodwave, and the key piece that brought me over the edge was Kesame's Legacy. Once you get this, the multiplier on this is absolutely insane. Once you get this, then you can switch to Bloodwave, and then you're instantly killing everything in T4. So do a few Lord Zir runs to get those pants, or trade for it. I think they're relatively cheap. I mean, I guess everything's relatively cheap. Only the top end items are really expensive. So yeah, once you have those, and then you need also the other basic items like Title, Legendary, Fast Blood, Legendary aspect, and then the Ultimate Shadow Legendary aspect. Once you have that, then yeah, you just switch the build. And then to play the build, you you press Blood Wave, then you collect the little orbs to reset the cooldown, and then you press Blood Wave again, and that's the game. Oh wait. A resplendent chest! No. You fire says, wow, thank you. Oh yeah, no problem. No problem. If you have any other questions, let me know. But that's the exact journey that I did. So at the beginning, I was playing Minion Necro, and that made leveling really easy and fast. But I did hit kind of a wall at Torment 3, and then once I got the little unique item that supercharged my build, and I went straight to T4. Oh no, the treasure goblin. Ah, exquisite bloods. I don't need them anymore though. Boom, baby. What is happening? I need one Silken Spire left. Oh, there it is. Boom, baby. Oh, okay. Yeah, I wasn't even really paying attention to the dungeon I was in. Like, okay, here we go. Oh. Formidable. Oh, I need to slay all enemies. Can't forget about this guy. Oh no. Okay. Oh yeah, I opened the gates when I can just have walked around. That is how I roll. Alright, come on. Boom. Oh, very nice. 2 more sentinel statues, baby.
Why are we always the ones?
Oh. Ooh. Living steel. Even though that's like the super common material, like, wow. All right. Ugh. All right, 56 items. By items, I mean distilled fears. Oh, I don't have the animus. Let's keep going. Boom. On the sides. Oh wait. No! I keep forgetting to grab the bloods. Yeah. I mean this build hits hard, but it's definitely not a great speed farming build. The area of effect is too low. You gotta wait for the blood orbs to come out, and then you gotta collect them before you move on. And if you forget to do that, you literally backtrack. There's also sort of a directional component as well. Like you gotta be you gotta be perpendicular to the hallway if you want to maximize the effect. Way too much, though the damage is undeniable. Also, the damage is 100% gonna get nerfed in the new between the season, from this season to the next season, 100%. Mm-hmm. Ooh. Wait, was that a greed train or something else? Hmm. Wow. Sorry about that. Nope. Don't want to do that event. Mm-hmm.
Formidable.
I'm just looking for a bloodstone. Yeah, like killing all these guys, they don't really drop anything. Oh, I guess they do drop Obdusite. So if you're looking for Obdusite, then continue killing these guys, I guess. Boom. Right. I guess just the next one. I don't want to do the root holds. Alright, slay all enemies. What? Boom, baby. 2 enemies remain. The door has been unsealed.
Wouldn't have made it without you.
Boom.
Wouldn't have made it without you.
Wouldn't have made it without you. Yes.
Bless you.
Oh, the greasy key. Why is it greasy though? I'm asking the real questions. Oh, Grease Shrine. Oh. Okay, I didn't even see what I picked up in terms of boss materials. But that's okay. Oh, 2 malignant hearts. Right. Exquisite Bloods. Yo, Joseph Boland, welcome to the stream. That's a lot of damage. Yes, there it is. Necro is the most popular class right now for pit pushing. And you can't push high pits unless you do a lot of damage, baby. Yeah. One cool thing is that my build isn't even fully optimized. So there's even more room for improvements. Okay. Yeah, so I'm literally getting like 30 still fears an hour. That's really low. Boom. Ah, the jailer's key. Got him.
I find things, even if they don't want to be found.
Oh yeah. I'm glad that you have me, or that I have you to find things when they don't want to be found. No. Ah, the blood orbs. They always are a pain in the ass. Oh, treasure goblin. Boom. Ah, 12 distilled fears from the double goblin. Ah, that's so good. Boom. Oh wait, why did I do this? That's okay. Boom, baby. Alright, I need to slay fractured spirits. I've not been paying attention to the objective at all. And I need to continue reminding myself that. Because yeah, like the elites, I guess they can have a chance to drop some boss materials, but that's not often. But like yeah, me stopping to kill these little trash mobs, not worth. Not worth at all. Done. Very nice. Alright, only stop to kill elites. In this case, animus colors as well. Which are elites. The protection shrine. Miserly spirits. I like miserable. I mean that makes sense. That makes sense. Oh, there was no real need to go this way. Boom.
I can break that down.
Alright, we continue on.
Not much.
So, right now, I've done a total of 22 nightmare dungeons. This is the dungeon that I'm doing right now is number 23. So that means that I'm doing about 10, 11, maybe 12 dungeons an hour. So at the minimum, I would be getting 24 distilled fears an hour. And that would be no goblins, no monster drops of distilled fear. Seems pretty slow. Seems pretty slow indeed. Okay. Oh yeah, these prisoners, they're not worth saving. Like, wow. Boom. Oh, the blood orbs. I keep missing them. Okay. Treasure room time, boys. What? There's no treasure room in here. I need to find the last idol. Where is it? Hello? Okay, I guess I'll just continue to search around for it. Oh, there it is. A barrier has been dispelled. Yes. Okay. Only stopping for elite mobs. Oh, no elite mobs. Alright. Ooh. A whisper cache. Wow! Get away from me!
It is done.
How can I help? I can break that down.
Oh, that's why. Corrupted grotto. All right. Let's go. Animus carrier. Done. I need more animus carriers. Another one. Alright, only stop. Oh no! Damn it! I need higher paragons for conduit to be strong.
Help! I beg you!
Hmm. Miserly spirit. Give me your loot. So it is good news that the stability seems pretty good. I haven't had a crash yet, and it's been 2 hours and 15 minutes.
You're there! Please, help us get out of here!
You there? No thank you. I got places to be.
The forge is always hot.
Where's the blood orbs? Okay. Only elites. Only elites. I don't need any of these little baby trash monsters. Okay, only elites. Only elites. Only elites. Oh. Here we go. Oh, maybe. Like, right here, what drops? Just one stack of obdicite. That's it. Yo, Sang Lee. How you been, brother? Thing says, sup, bro? Hey, I'm not bad. How are you doing? It's been quite some time. Sang says, how are you? I've been cool. New build. Yeah, so this is the build for season 7 Necro, the Blood Wave build. It's really strong. It hits really hard, though it's not the best for speed farming. It does the job done. It gets the job done. I am pretty close to I'm pretty close to doing everything I want for season 7. So right now I'm just farming Distilled Fears, and once I have enough for 100 runs, then I can do my 100 Beast and Ice, 100 Andariels, 100 Duriels, and make my videos. But I don't really have a need or want to do anything else with Diablo 4 for season 7. The other classes, they have cool builds, like the Barbarian has this jump or this Earthquake Leap Barb, and the Druid, I haven't played Druid for quite a few seasons now, and they have a cool Cataclysm build. So, thing is, have you played that storyline that they released? You mean for season 7, or what are you talking about? Because the storyline, quote unquote storyline, is the seasonal story, which, yeah, I have done that quest line, but nothing really notable happened that I really remember. You should try Druid. He's fun. Yeah, maybe the next season I'll do Druid or Barb, as if they don't change. But you know, they always change something from season to season. I know this build is definitely getting nerfed for the next season, 100%.
Want someone or something found, you find me.
Yeah, when I played, I had Necro, Druid, or Druid, Necro, and Trickster. Oh no, the Trickster is not a class, but I would imagine you're talking about Rogue. Yeah. Someone says, I haven't played any of the new stuff, but I'm gonna get a console soon. You want to party up when I do? Well, it kind of depends on the game that you're playing. Right now, I am doing science for my videos. But yeah, if you're talking about Diablo 4, I think I'm nearing the end of my journey for Diablo 4. I see a lot of editing in my future. Yep, so it's probably gonna be like 2 hours, 3 hours of farming and spending all of my materials, and then editing all of that together for the video. Then and because I don't really have any other questions or anything else for season 7, I'm probably not gonna continue playing. Though yeah, I might play Path of Exile again. It really depends. I'm not 100% sure. Yeah. Saying, have you tried blocks fruits yet? No, I don't even know what that is. What is that? Blocks fruits? Is that like a food? Like, what is that? What's a blocks fruit? That sounds like a pretty interesting food, like a jello, like a cube jello. Cause it's the shape of a cube. Says you should look at some PvP videos on blocks fruits. Oh, okay, it's a game. It's competitive but good mechanics. If you do decide, I can help you level up. Wait, weren't you playing a different game earlier last time we were talking? Like, do you just switch games over and over? Or what's happening? Saying says same game, but I do play other stuff. But I don't have my console right now. Oh, okay. Huh. Yeah, I mean I gotta focus on my own stuff, right? My own videos. Whoa! 2 to Hellbent Commander. Damn. I mean, too bad the greater affix isn't on the Hellbent Commander, but not bad. Not bad at all.
How can I help? Come back if you need the forge.
Sing says the graphics are cool. I think you would enjoy it. I just hit 20 million bounty. Understandable, but not for videos, just to play. You would like it? I only like the PvP. So one thing to understand is that if you have a YouTube channel that you have to maintain and make videos for, everything revolves around that. So if I'm playing something and not making it for a video, then I am not running my YouTube channel, which is suboptimal, right? So yeah, if I decide to play just like quote unquote for fun, then that'd be basically me taking a vacation or something like that. That's basically it. So yeah, I unfortunately don't have the capacity to just try out things for fun. That is not in the cards for me right now. So when I decide to play something new, it's a deliberate choice to be like, okay, I am playing this, and here's like my plan for content for this game. I'll make maybe like a few videos exploring this or that or something else like that. So yeah, I can't just randomly pick up and spend 4 or 5 hours a day trying something out just to try it out. Like I need to be very, very deliberate in how I spend my time playing games. Unfortunately, that's just the life of a YouTuber. So it is what it is. Unless, of course, like you're like super higher tier content creator, where you know people just watch you for whatever reason. They watch you because you're playing rather than they watch you because of the game. That's kind of the problem. I'm not at that level where I can just play whatever. And yeah, it would need to interest me as well.
Will be tested now.
Thing says the algorithm is rigged. You know, sometimes I think so as well. But not much you can do. Not much you can do. It says, I got 463 views on a reaction video, but no one liked or commented, and I didn't pay for views because it's pointless. I was just like, well, damn, thanks for watching. Oh, yeah. So paying for views is the worst thing you can do for your channel if you want to genuinely grow. Right? Like, yeah, people pay attention to numbers and all that stuff, but don't pay for views, my dude. But yeah, sometimes it be like that. You know, you make content and nobody comments or likes. But that is feedback. Like at least you got some views. There are some videos that only get literally like 5 views and that's it. So at least you got 463 views. That is pretty not bad. All right. Here we go. It says, but still some supporters would be cool. Yeah, you just got to make content that connects with other people, you know? There was... Yeah, because, I mean, the content, the barrier to entry is very, very low. So there's a lot of people that are uploading a lot of content. So you just need to make sure that your content is more interesting than the rest. And you also needs to look good, be packaged well. Yeah, there's a lot of considerations. Oh. Treasure Goblin, baby! He says, I feel like there's a lot of brain rot content that people support. I'm not a hater, but it's facts. Huh? Yeah, I mean, but at the end of the day, right, it's the viewers that choose to watch that kind of content. So people make what people want. And if it's brain rot, well, that's brain rot. Yo, Chris, how you doing, good sir? It says running a rain of arrows build, but not getting anywhere near or anywhere the damage you're getting. At best, I get 5 billion damage. Yeah. So this build right here, I don't know if it's because of a bugged interaction, but the multipliers on this build are super, super high. So rogues, if you shouldn't compare your damage to my damage. Yeah. Like, I jumped from doing like 50 million damage to billions of damage with just one item on this character. So, yeah. But, I mean, 5 billion damage is still good on a rogue. I wouldn't discount that. Thing says 10.7 B. I only get like 40 million damage. Crying face. Yeah, you gotta roll necro in order to get these numbers. Chris is thinking about doing a barb build next. Are they any good this season? Yes, barbs are actually very, very good this season. They have a leap earthquake build that is way faster here and also does really, really good damage. Barb is an excellent choice. It says crazy and you're fast. Are there any leaderboards for Diablo? So there are no official ones. The leaderboard that they introduced in season 3, they took down because they're reworking it. But for the community-led leaderboards, there are, and they measure how high of a pit you can go. If you go to helltides.com, then there is a part of the webpage that shows the leaderboard and how big or how much they're how I guess how high people are pushing the pit is really what I'm trying to say. So yeah, I think Barb is at 150, Necro is at 150, and I think Druid is at 150. I think for Sorceress, Rogue, and Spiritborn, they're not that high, I don't think. Yeah. So yeah, if you go to the pit leaderboard, you'll see all the numbers. And yeah, unfortunately, Rogue is one of the weaker classes this season. But yeah, I didn't think that people would be able to reach pit 150. I thought the highest pit would be like 130-ish, because that's where everyone else was for season 6. But they made some changes and now the damage is all wacky and out of control. Yep, some wacky numbers, bro. Boom. Yeah, I do hope that they nerf some stuff eventually. Yeah, having people reach hit 150 every class, I don't think that's good for the game. Because you have to do like trillions and trillions and trillions of damage in order to do that level of content. And yeah, not good. Blizzard just doesn't have control of the damage numbers in their game. They just don't. Yeah, I mean, I guess grinding gear games with Path of Exile 2, they don't either. But like, I don't know if the way the game is playing out in terms of character power is in line with what vision grinding gear games has. Because yeah, like a lot of their pinnacle bosses, there's videos of them just dying in 20 seconds, 15 seconds. Okay. Blood boil, baby. Yeah, these guys, they drop nothing. All right, another blood boil. Nope. Oh, I saw 161 billion damage. I mean, nothing compared to what you see on the leaderboards, but yeah. Way, way more than what's on there for Torment 4. Oh, did someone find something with temerity pants? Oh, that is very interesting. All right. No! I've been interrupted. Alright, I think I'm gonna do just a couple more nightmare dungeons and then I'll call it a stream. I'm actually like really hungry for some reason. I don't know why.
Smells good. Don't stir too much though.
Destroy or slay all enemies. Mhm. Nope. Nopers.
Don't tell me to hurry! Something is busted shut! Hey!
Okay.
Want something found? Find me.
Is there a big circle? Yes. It connects. Ah, that teleporting. Boom. Oh, 6 living steel. I don't need living steel. Boom. Retrying, baby. Okay, 4 malignant hearts. And 6 exquisite bloods. Okay, I managed to score 4 treasure goblins. Ah, and 6 distilled fears. Yes. Okay, I'm not sure why I'm hanging around here, but since I did, I forgot what's in the chest. Okay, elites only, elites only. Damn, JM, you dead. Elites only. Kala, ma'am, you dead. Junpo, bam, you dead. Okay, I need to clear my inventory
There's that.
of the trash. Alright, this is the last run, and then I'm gonna call it a stream, boys. Oh no. Keep forgetting to grab the blood orbs. This is just not a speed farming build when I have to think about those things. Trash. Alright, elites only. Boom. Alright, is it just one more? Which is this guy? Boom, baby! Aha! Alright, 4 corpse piles. 1 down. Two down. Alright, I'm not clicking on that conduit shrine. That is not good. Oh, another conduit shrine. Boom.
It's what I do.
Oh. That was a dead end, or that was a split pathway and I chose the wrong way. Wow. Incredible trash. Boom. Done. Alright guys, I'm gonna call it a stream. Thanks for chilling. I'll catch you guys later. Peace.